age of retirement, retraite, yeah, an age of retirement. Nothing to do with retire, but retraite. Me demande de l'aider à passer un fax. Now that's interesting grammar. Asks me to help her. Because you demandez à quelqu'un de faire quelque chose, and you aide quelqu'un à faire quelque chose. So there's a C of preposition or usage there, which is correct. Me demande de l'aider à passer un fax. So, elle me demande, c'est demander à quelqu'un de faire quelque chose, aider quelqu'un à faire quelque chose. Comme je ne sais pas faire, as I don't know how to do it. Notice we were only talking the other day. Well, I was talking and you guys were hopefully copying out loud and listening, but about the transitive, intransitive nature of a verb. So in English, you can't say just I do, unless incidentally it's a response. Do you teach French? I do. That's fine as a response, but you can't on your own just say I do. Yeah, it's not a transitive verb. You need to say I do it. So, as I don't know how to do it, although in French, je sais pas faire. As I don't know how to do it, je lui réponds, so I respond to her. It could be to him, but we know because of ma collègue, it's feminine. So I respond to her. En plaisantant, we've got another ANT like we had earlier, in joking, qu'elle devrait savoir mieux le faire que moi. She should know how to do it better than me. Elle devrait, she should. If shoulds and woulds and coulds bother you, if you're not comfortable with those, can you please type would or should or could into my channel, and the videos will come up on would, could, should, would have, could have and should have. Every single time I say that, I think of the Beverly Knight tune, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Lovely. So, vu que c'est plutôt de sa génération à elle. Seeing as, vu que, get your highlighter pens out, great expression, vu que, c'est plutôt de sa génération à elle. It's rather more her generation. So notice we're doubling up the possessive. Sa génération à elle. We're doubling up the possessive for stress. Depuis, elle me fait la gueule. Since she's been in a mood with me. She's had a cob on. She's been mardy. She's got a plainer face. La gueule means face or mouth. We've talked about gueule de bois, like hangover. Faire la gueule, so elle me fait la gueule. So let's just do our normal bit of work. Elle me fait la gueule, elle te fait la gueule, elle nous fait la gueule, elle vous fait la gueule. What are we going to do if it's she's annoyed with him? Is it elle le fait la gueule, elle lui fait la gueule? Well, these ones you can work out. If you look at the expression elle me fait la gueule, what's the principal verb? Faire. What is being done? La gueule. So the fact that there's an object in that, somebody's fairing la gueule, that now tells me that the expression means, so the expression has an object, so direct, meaning la gueule. So in other words, if I'm going to do that to someone else, then it's going to have to be indirect. Yeah, so je lui fais la gueule. I'm annoyed with him, or I'm in the grump. You know, I'm grumpy with him or her. Mais vraiment, but truly. Next one. Aujourd'hui, habitant avec ma copine chez ses parents, je décide de faire la cuisine. La réaction de son père lors du dîner fut: c'est très bon, mais ne me refais plus jamais ça. Today, so it's good, but it's not good. Notice as well that I can't find the camera today because I've got a new iPad screen, so I'm trying to find the camera. Notice that the word for it's good when we talk about food is c'est bon. That video, c'est bon versus c'est bien, went up a couple of weeks ago. I strongly recommend, if you don't know when to use c'est bon or c'est bien, please watch that video. Yeah. Is it a good video? Yeah, it's good. C'est bien. Is the food good? C'est bon. So if you want to know how to use those, then please watch that. So aujourd'hui, habitant avec ma copine. So today, we've got a lot of gerunds at the moment. So living with my girlfriend at her parents' house, I decide to do the cooking. Her father's reaction, lors du. Now this is a lovely thing. Earlier we saw lorsque. Lorsque is one of those lovely words that when you use it with a person, you're going to use que. So lorsque, dès que, D-E grave S-que. What's the other one that we can use loads of? Loads, peut-être que. Loads of expressions, bien que, pour que. There's so many expressions that when you then go into a person doing something, lorsque, dès que, peut-être que, pour que, Luc, whatever, whatever, some of which will be subjunctive afterwards. But if you were to go into a noun rather than a person doing a verb, you wouldn't have the que. So lors de, we use rather than just lors. Des, so lors de mon arrivée, dès mon arrivée, pour mon arrivée, you know, so there's many words, peut-être on its own, so there's many words in French where we will then add a que if you're then going to add a person. C'est lors du dîner fut. Now, fut is slightly sarcastic, higher level here because that is the passé simple. If you don't know what the passé simple is, just go to my homepage on the YouTube. On the YouTube, why are we using the? On YouTube, and type in the word passé simple. Passé spelt P-A-S-S-E acute. Simple like simple. It is the book tense, it is the reading tense, it is the tense that literature is written in, and it's kind of the shorter past. So in this case, it's just because in English you would say was, because in English we don't have a prétrit for the verb to be. We have like I speak, I have spoken, I spoke, I am, I was, I beed. We don't have one. You know, so so in this case, that's why fut often shocks people. So if you don't understand anything I'm talking about, then go and watch the passé simple video. C'est très bon, mais ne m'avez... So it's very good, but don't ever do that for me again. Okay? Why would he say that? La fugue du samedi soir. Fugue comes from verbs like fuir, enfuir, which is to flee. Okay? Fugue in music is like a really busy piece of music. So, aujourd'hui, j'avais un rencard avec un homme rencontré sur Internet. On s'est retrouvés au cinéma et une fois les présentations faites, avant d'aller en salle, je me suis dirigé vers les WC, ou les WC, we often say, en lui glissant pour rigoler. En lui glissant pour rigoler, c'est encore le moment de fuir. Visiblement, il a trouvé l'idée intéressante. So today, I had, a date, un rencard is the word for date, with a man that I met on the internet. Can I remind you that rencontrer is to meet when it is the first time you meet someone. Subsequent times after that, you don't use rencontrer, you use retrouver or rejoindre or voir or something like this. When it talks about cyberspace, so for example, there's plenty of people that I teach, and when we finally meet in person, it's kind of the dumb thing in French to use rencontrer for that. You know, so like even though. So I was talking to my friend, the lovely Maggie, and I was saying, you know, Maggie, I know you very well, you know me very well. But due to her battle with addiction, I've never been able to spend time with her. I joke that she's addicted to heroin and all kinds of things. Heroin addiction is no joke, but it's our little joke. She's probably addicted to a good bottle of wine. She's a perfectly healthy person. So basically, my joke is on Maggie, you know, if ever we saw each other, then you could use rencontrer because it would be the first time that we'd been physically in contact with each other. Obviously washing our hands first because of Corona. So, on s'est retrouvés, so there you go. So we met, we met. So that verb is not we refound each other or we found each other, it's just we met. So it's because, you know, we've already met on the internet. So in this case, somebody's using retrouver for the first time that you meet someone physically because they'd already met the first time online. You hear both. You do generally hear both. So on s'est retrouvés au cinéma. Notice it's poetry past. It's reflexive. If you don't understand why it's on say there rather than on at retrouver, either email me and ask or just type reflexive verbs in the past or reflexive or pronominal or anything else like that into the search term. Or just drop me an email and I'll explain why. I'll send you the appropriate video. So we met at the cinema. So in other words, we met each other. That's why it's on s'est retrouvé. So we met at the cinema, and une fois les présentations faites, one time the presentation's done. Notice feminine presentation plural is going to give me fait. So as soon as the presentations were done, the introductions, avant d'aller en salle, before going into the theatre. Yeah, short for salle de cinéma, as in, or cinema, you know, whatever you're calling it, American movie theatre, British cinema, you know. Je me suis dirigé vers les WC, so reflexive verb, se diriger vers. ABC, se diriger vers. So I headed towards the, WC is from English, water closet, but we just say le WC, okay? En lui glissant pour rigoler, in slipping to him as a joke. Now that just literally means saying, you know. c'est encore le moment de fuir. It's kind of like there's still time to run away. It's the time to do one. It's the time to flee me. Great expression in French. Suis-moi, je te fuis. Fuis-moi, je te suis. Flee, follow me, I flee you. Flee me, I follow you. Meaning, if you make a real effort with somebody, they won't care. But if you don't make an effort, they'll be all over you. Probably true. Visiblement, il a trouvé l'idée intéressante. So visibly, he found the idea interesting. Meaning, the poor guy did leave her. Right, let's try and get one more done. Aujourd'hui, mon patron qui m'emploie depuis 6 mois en remplacement m'annonce qu'il ne compte pas m'embaucher, car je n'ai pas assez d'expérience dans sa boîte. Today, my boss, who employs me since 6 months, if something is still going on in French, can I remind you use the present tense? Yeah? So if it was like, I've worked there for 6 months, ça fait 6 mois que j'y travaille, que je travaille là. So basically, if it's still going on in French, you tend to, not all the time, but in a lot of constructions, use the present tense. So who has employed me for 6 months as a replacement? Yeah. Remplacement would be the act of replacement. Le remplaçant would be the person replacing. M'annonce qui ne compte pas m'embaucher. So he's not planning on employing me, hiring me. To hire an object is louer. To hire a person is embaucher. Nothing to do with embouchure, like mouth or playing trumpets and things. That's a mouth thing. Embaucher. Okay. Car as I haven't got enough experience. Je n'ai pas assez d'expérience. Okay. Assez de, enough experience. Dans sa boîte. Sa boîte means in his company. It also means box. It also means nightclub. All right. So he's been there 6 months, and the boss isn't still going to, Aujourd'hui, mon frigo est tellement vide que j'ai rêvé cette nuit que je faisais les courses. J'y pleurais de joie quand ma mère m'a acheté du pain de mie. So today, my frigo is slang for fridge, or my refrigerator is so empty, tellement vide que j'ai rêvé cette nuit, that I dreamt this night, as in last night. I know some Americans will say this night, but in British English, last night, that I was shopping. Je faisais les courses. Faire les courses, to go shopping. J'y pleurais de joie. So I cried with joy about it when my mom bought me, but she didn't buy me, she bought something for me, du pain de mie. Pain de mie is like sliced bread. French do very nice baguettes. Yeah, okay, we can get a lot of lovely bread in France, says the celiac. But sliced kind of, like loaf, it's not the forte of French cuisine, not really the best thing, but that would be called pain de mie, okay? You can get a thicker sliced one, which is called une campagne, which is slightly better, but pain de mie is bleh, okay? With all due respect, there are many delicious greasy things that I love about American cuisine, but again, sliced bread in America, for me, is bleh, too sugary. But I can't even eat it anyway, so who cares? So I hope this has been useful. Let's do very one quickly. So, aujourd'hui, je suis en réunion. Un collègue s'énerve pour un détail dans une présentation. J'envoie alors un message à un collègue présente. Il va arrêter de nous faire chier celui-là. Le problème, c'est que c'est elle qui présentait. Mon message s'est affiché sur un écran projeté au mur. Today, I'm in a meeting. A colleague gets annoyed with me pour un détail, for a detail in the presentation. J'envoie. Notice the old spelling, i.e. rather than y, which is the new spelling. I don't like the new spelling. Sends a message to a present colleague. Is he going to stop pissing us off? Celui-là, that one there. If you don't understand why it's celui-là, please contact me. The problem is that it's her who was giving the presentation. My message flagged itself up, s'est affiché on her screen, projected on the wall. Guys, that would be embarrassing. And I don't normally get embarrassed. Lovely. So if any of these are, if this has been good for you, by all means, buy me a coffee. You'll see the coffee link underneath. Any grammar questions, send me an email. Guys, keep washing your hands. I'll speak to you soon.